Hello fabulous ones, welcome back to my channel. I am Marlo Keenan, and if you're new here, welcome to the fabulous family. Today I am super stoked to do this video. I am here to show you guys that you could create beautiful looks and find similar shadows to expensive brand palettes. Today we're featuring the Natasha Denona bronze palette, and I wanted to do this video to show that you guys could create these looks and you guys could find these shades that are similar or almost downright a dupe and create great fabulous looks for half the price. You know, not everybody has the luxury and money to just drop on these type of palettes, and I wanted to show you guys that you guys can find things in less expensive palettes to create a beautiful look. Now, one side I have Natasha Denona and one side is just shades that I found that are similar to this palette in my collection. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell me which side is Natasha Denona and, you know, the dupe side eye? Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go through everything during the demo, the shades, and all of that great jazz. So if you want to see the shades that I use that are comparable to the shades in this palette, then continue to watch. But don't forget, before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now, let's just get to this video. Okay guys, we're just gonna get right into it. I don't know if I said this in the intro because I haven't done my intro yet. So the whole purpose of this video is just to show you that you can create, you know, gorgeous, beautiful looks for a cheaper price. You know what I mean? This is just for, you know, those who really can't afford this Natasha Denona palette, and to show you that you can still create quality looks with products that are just less inexpensive than this. In addition, I wanted to show you that the other shades that I am using actually come from quality palettes that are really good. You know, I really think I did a good job with finding similar shades. I don't want to say dupes, but that's the only word I could come up with. I really don't like to say dupes because I don't feel that they're necessarily dupes, but very similar in texture, color, and all of that jazz. So I'm going to show you each shade that I'm going to use, like I'm gonna swatch it on my hand. I'm not going to tell you whether it comes from the Natasha Denona palette or another palette. I'm just going to show you as I apply the shades, the two shades that I'm going to use and the similarities in both of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put a base on my lids, and I'm going to use my Gerard Cosmetics clean canvas in medium. And just to let you know, I got my little brush switcheroo here, so when I'm switching between the shades that I've chosen, it won't mix, you know, together. I might just use a whole different brush entirely, so we'll just see. But damn, I can't even open this. And of course, at the end, I'm gonna be like, which one is Natasha Denona, which one is the other, you know, dupe eye. So I'm just gonna lightly coat my eye. This clean canvas is extremely pigmented, so a little goes an extremely long way. You guys may hear my fan. It is on and my door is open too. You might hear some nature calling. So okay guys, the first two shades that I'm gonna use, or the first shades that I'm gonna start off with, are these right here. Now I know you see one eye done, that's because I put the wrong shade on the eye, so I kind of had to start over, but I'm gonna leave this here and I'm still gonna demonstrate it for you. But these are the two first shades that I'm gonna go into. Okay, one of them is Natasha Denona, one of them is from another palette, but the main difference in these two shades is that one is deeper than the other and kind of more richer in a brownish undertone, and the other one is a more warm type of kind of orangey undertone to it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with these shades first. I'm so excited. I want to know if you guys are gonna guess which one is the Natasha Denona side. And I am going to be very careful because I already got my base on. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and pack that shade right on in. This is a beautiful shade, I'll tell you that. So warm and perfect for the fall season for sure. Okay, this one right here packs on beautifully. Like, look at how gorgeous that color is, you know. And I'm just packing this sucker on the outer corner, building up that pigmentation, although it doesn't need a lot of work. This shade is beautiful, really cool in tone, to be honest with you, like neutral rather, you know, but it is so gorgeous. Okay, I think I got that placed on very nicely. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn around to this eye, and I'm gonna use the same brush. Well, I'm not gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna use the same 433 Morphe brush, but a new one, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, but just with the other shade, which is very similar to the one I just did. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pack that sucker on. See? And look at how pigmented that is. I'm packing it on the same way I did that other shade. And in terms of the quality and how it's applying, it's really no different than that other eye. Okay? So I'm gonna keep on packing. The only major difference is the shade, you know, it's just a little bit richer than this one is, but it's gonna really give you the same results. I can't wait till after the end of this video for you guys to guess which side is the Natasha Denona side and which one is just, you know, kind of like the dupe side of it. Some of you guys are probably gonna guess only because you have the Natasha Denona palette, you know what I mean? But for those who don't, I'm just really interested. And the fact is that, you know, they look the same. Like, look, like, what is the true difference outside of the tone and the shade? You know what I'm saying? You guys are witnessing it. I'm packing it on the same way, and it's providing me and giving me the same results. Can you guys tell? I mean, they're both beautiful. Okay, the next shades that I'm going to use to blend these out are right here. Look at that. Like, you barely could even tell the difference between the Natasha Denona one and the other one. They both swatch beautifully, both have a similar texture and all of that. One is slightly more redder than the other one, but other than that, that's the only difference. So let's go ahead and, Lord, I have to make sure I get the sides right. Get me a brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this outer corner out. Okay, I am using a Morphe brush 506 brush, and I'm gonna take that shade and go ahead on the outer corner and just blend very gently it out. And then I'm gonna pull it in. Get the outer corner, all of that, and then pull it right on in. This shade too is extremely gorgeous. Little kickback, but I don't care about that. And just bring it all the way up. I like to bring my shadows high up into my brow bone. You don't have to do it that way, but just go ahead and bring it in. Look at that. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, I'm telling you, this look I'm creating is really perfect for the fall. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, here we go. And just lightly buff that out. All right, like, we getting somewhere. Like, you basically can't even tell in the shade at this point. Like, it looks exactly the same. I done did a good job with picking out these dupes, okay? Okay. Now, the next shade that I'm going to use to blend it out a little bit more are these two shades right here. Again, you can't even tell which one is which barely. One of them is just a little bit more a deeper orangey background than the other, but for the most part you can't even really tell which one is the Natasha Denona one or which one is the other one from another palette. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're gonna, of course, start with this side. I'm using a Morphe brush. This is a very small, the number is scratched off. So let's go ahead, dip that just a little bit right there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out on the top. Go ahead and bring it on the outer corner as well. You can't tell me that ain't cute. All right, I'm just like amazed about this. The next shade and the last shade that we're gonna go into is the shimmer shade here. Now the difference between these two is definitely one is more like an orange, more orange gold than the other one, for sure. But I'm telling you, when I swatch them, the texture is the same, all of that, super smooth and all of that jazz. So let's just get to it. Okay, let's do this side first. And I'm gonna use an angled brush as I want this to be very lightly dispersed. I don't want nothing heavy. See? Just like that. Oh, the shade is so freaking beautiful. Okay, do this side. Now you see how these are just dispersing like literally the exact same way. Okay guys, can you tell which one is Natasha Denona and which one is the dupe eye? Man, Okay, so I'm gonna go finish up this look, eyelashes, lips, all of that jazz, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna share what I did, what products I used, and all of that jazz. You do not want to miss my final commentary. Okay guys, I am back. I did my eyes, lashes, and all of that, but we're here to find out which side is the Natasha Denona side. Can you tell which side is Natasha Denona and which side is just the dupe side? I can't tell. And could you tell by the application and when I did the demo? No, because every single shade that I used applied just the same. So, drum roll. The Natasha Denona side is this side right here. It is my right side, which is probably to your left, and this is the side that is the dupe shade. So let me tell you exactly what we used. The first shade, as you remember, that I went into was from the Natasha Denona palette, was Magna. Okay, and the shade in my collection that I found that was similar to that was by my palette by Suva Beauty, and I used the shade Conscious right there, and you saw exactly what I did. I packed that shade on the outer corner, and both of them packed on beautifully, no patches, nothing. They were both super opaque and all of that jazz. They even felt the same when I did the swatches. Okay, so the next shade that I used from the Natasha Denona palette was Sutton, the shade right here, and I used that to blow out the previous shade. And the shade that I used that was similar to that is from my Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette, the OG one though, the OG one. And this shade that I used is Roxanne. This is a beautiful quality palette, and I have been using it for a long time. It's one of my ride or dies, and those two shades were extremely similar, as you can see in the demo. The next shade that I used from the Natasha Denona palette was Sundown. And that is the shade right there, and the shade that I paired it up with was from my Violet Voss Essential palette, and the shade that I used here was Terracotta. Okay, y'all saw it, you guys saw how it blended out just fine. And those two shades are super similar, same feel, all of that. And the final shade that I used out of the Natasha Denona palette was the shade, this beautiful shimmery shade called Silk. Right there. It is so, so gorgeous. And the shade that I used that was similar to that shade was again from my Jaclyn Hill palette, but this is the volume 2 palette, and I used the shade Get Ready With Me, which is right there. Such a beautiful shade. Both of them very comparable. You guys saw the proof and you saw the demo. Okay, outside of the dupe side being, you know, just maybe either a little deeper, a little richer, or just slightly different tones, that was the major difference of, you know, the dupe side. But look at it, look at it. Can you really tell the difference? If I were to go outside right now to the naked eye and me talking to people, nobody would be able to tell the difference. Nobody would have known the wiser. Okay, and that is just my point. I want to make sure that my viewers that can't afford this expensive palette, you know that they have options. Yes, I pulled from several palettes, this, that, and the other, but that's not the point. The point is that you can find similar shades or even dupe shades to any really expensive palette. Now, I will let you know, this shade here in the Natasha Denona palette, Deep Dive, there was no dupe for that one. I mean, that one is signature. Okay, that I had no dupe for that. I mean, that shade is just downright unique. And you're gonna find that obviously in more of the expensive palettes, but the bottom line is the majority of the shades you can find elsewhere. And also, not only elsewhere, I'm not talking about dupes or similar shades that are from crappy palettes. These are good palettes. I don't give a daggone what you say about Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This palette is bomb.com. It's quality and it blends out beautifully. The shades are great and all that stuff. You know, Suva Beauty, great palette. Violet Voss. Violet Voss is known to having great shades, great pigment, great ability to blend out and all that jazz, you know. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. So again, I hope you guys, you know, guessed it right. I was so super excited to do this video. I know my bougie girls and all that you know are ride, die, Natasha Denona got something to say. Go ahead and sound off down below, okay? Because I'm coming with it. I'm coming back, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, take it for what you want. I just wanted to make sure that the viewers that don't have, you know, the luxury of buying all this expensive stuff have the opportunity to know that they could still create gorgeous quality looks. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below. And I love you guys so much. And until my next video, y'all. Bye-bye now.